Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex stuff and hopefully give you those aha moments. Today, well, we're diving into a cricket match. But not just any match. This one really set the stage, the whole tone, for an entire series.
Right.
We're talking about that epic first test, England versus India, up at Headingley.
Yeah, it's a great one to look at because, digging into a single match like this, especially one so tight, it tells you so much. Things like tactics, player mindset, and how sort of individual moments fit into the bigger picture of the game. It's not just the result, is it? It's the pattern it sets.
Absolutely. So our mission today, we want to cut through all the stats and noise and really highlight the key moments, the players who stood out, and crucially, the tactical lessons from this really high-pressure game. We've gone through the material to give you a clear sense of it all without, drowning you in detail. Okay, let's get into it. Let's set the scene for what became, well, quite the batting display. Right, so India first. Shubman Gill captaining for the very first time, on debut no less. They came out really meeting business, posted a big total, 471 all-out first innings, and Gill himself, wow, an aggressive 147, showed real maturity, but flair too. And Rishabh Pant, well, he wasn't exactly quiet either, smashing 134. Quite a statement from the new leadership, wasn't it?
It really was. And what's fascinating, I think, is how both teams seemed determined right from ball one to show what they could do with the bat. England's reply, also pretty powerful. They racked up 465. Ollie Pope looked excellent for his 106. And Harry Brook, gosh, so close, 99. Agonizing, but it showed England's batting depth straight away, set things up beautifully.
Yeah, it really did. Then moving into India's second innings, they just kept that momentum going, didn't they? Another strong performance, reaching 364 all out. This time, Rahul, really impactful, 137. He played beautifully. And Pant, again, just incredible consistency. Another 118 from him.
Yeah.
It really felt like India were just relentlessly piling it on, almost daring England, Exactly. And if you think about the bigger picture, where that left things, at the close of day 4, England were 21 for no loss, but facing a target of 371. Now needing almost 350 runs on the final day of a test, that always brings up huge questions, doesn't it? Mental strength, how you plan the chase. You can just imagine the atmosphere at Headingley. Must have been, well, electric. Think about that final day target. Oh, electric is the word. That final day was, it was genuinely breathtaking, absolutely. And the main man, no question, was Ben Duckett. What an innings he played. Sensational. He got 149 in that crucial second innings. Add that to his 62 in the first. That's 211 runs in the match. Just massive, deservedly player of the match, obviously. And Joe Root, played that crucial steadying role with 53. Jamie Smith chipped in too near the end. Right. And here's where it gets really interesting, tactically speaking. England's ability to actually do it, to execute under that immense pressure, it really shone through. They chased it down, reached 373 for 5. A thrilling win by 5 wickets. And it wasn't just, slogging. It felt like a really clinical, psychological performance in how to approach a big test match run chase. Yeah, let's dig into those tactics a bit more. So England's chase, yes, hugely driven by Duckett's innings. But it wasn't just blind hitting, was it? It felt like he made a conscious choice to attack India's bowlers right from the start, constantly looking for runs, finding gaps. Rotating the strike seemed key, too. He didn't let them build pressure. And his use of the sweep shot, especially against the spinners, that really seemed to nullify their threat, didn't it?
Absolutely. That aggressive intent, it forced India onto the back foot. They had to spread the field earlier than they'd have liked.
Right, which then opened up gaps for the others.
Exactly. And this brings up that important question about bowling discipline, doesn't it? Or maybe the lack of it in that second innings for India. Because even though you had Bumrah, who was outstanding in the first innings, that 5 for 83 was just classic test bowling, using the crease, finding movement, relentless pressure. But the collective effort in the second innings, it felt a bit, predictable maybe. They seemed to struggle to adapt as the pitch flattened out. Perhaps not enough variation from the other bowlers. It allowed England's batters, especially Duckett, to get comfortable, to settle into a rhythm. Quite a contrast to how disciplined they were first time around. Shows it needs the whole unit working together, even if one guy is brilliant, like Bumrah was.
So thinking about the series then.
Yeah.
What does a result like this actually mean going forward? It felt like more than just one win for England. It felt like a real statement. How do you think this changes things psychologically for both teams?
Oh, it undeniably sets a dramatic tone, doesn't it? A really high-octane start to the series. For India, look, immense promise with the bat. Gill looks like a really exciting captain, very attacking style, maybe a new approach for them in tests. But on the other hand, England showed their depth, their experience, and this, well, almost fearless ability to chase down huge scores. That's a massive confidence boost.
Yeah.
So India now, they have a bit of thinking to do, maybe. Do they back their current bowlers to adapt better next time? Or perhaps, given Edgbaston's coming up next, do they think about bringing in another spinner?
Right. That's a possibility.
Meanwhile, England, they'll feel pretty good, but maybe still want a bit more consistency from the middle order in those chases. But yeah, India will definitely be looking to hit back hard at Edgbaston. Which leads to an interesting thought for you, the listener. Think about this. How much can one absolutely stellar performance, like Duckett's incredible innings, how much can that single performance shift the entire feel, the psychological momentum of a whole series? Can one player's brilliance really tip the balance for everything that follows? Something to mull over.
That is a great question to leave things on, a really thought-provoking point. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into that Headingley thriller. Hope you enjoyed unpacking it with us. Keep exploring the world of sport. Every single match has its own story, doesn't it? Full of layers and lessons just waiting there.